Evening, OIC 10K, and welcome everyone to Totally Lit. Uh, I am Business Director Eduardo Sprague, and once again, thank you for that introduction, Business Director Ba. I am excited about sharing this information this evening, and we are going to share, as we always do in our Financial Literacy Forum, just some basic concepts on finances this evening. And tonight, our topic is um, good debt versus bad debt. So that is what we are going to talk about, and I'm excited about sharing this information with you. You all should be able to see my slides. You see my slides?
Yes.
All right, all right. So we are raring to go and excited about sharing this information. So we will jump right into it as business director Boss said. I am your speaker for this evening, business director Eduardo Sprague. I've been in the industry for quite some time now, I guess going on 3 decades. So I've been around for a while and excited about the industry and the financial service industry. Tonight's topic is good debt versus bad debt. So we are going to jump in. Come on. There we go. We are going to jump into this information for this evening. So, the difference between good debt and bad debt. And it's real simple. It comes down to whether the debt helps you build wealth or if it becomes a financial burden. And we're going to look at that this evening and look at the breakdown of both the good debt and the bad debt. But it is just a simple concept. And I want to say this again because it's so simple what the difference between good debt and bad debt is. It's the difference between whether it comes down to whether the debt helps you build wealth or if it becomes a financial burden. And there is debt, as we will see tonight, that helps you build wealth and grow your money. And then there is debt that will cause financial burdens on you as well. So we are going to look at them and look at a few examples of good debt and bad debt. So, what is good debt? Good debt is an investment that has the potential to grow in value or generate income over time. And it typically offers long term benefits. So, good debt is an investment that has the potential to grow in value or generate income over time. So, some debt that we're going to look at tonight is good debt because it will allow you the opportunity to grow and your money to grow, even though it's a debt situation. It allows the opportunity to grow in value, and it can also put you in a situation sometimes where it will generate income for you over time. And now, most of the good debt is going to be a long term proposition. And most people don't experience a lot of good debt because of being impatient and not wanting to be in something that's a long term proposition. But we're going to look at several items tonight that are good debt and they are typically long term propositions. So these are examples of good debt. A mortgage. A mortgage is a good debt because you're buying a home and it can increase in value over time and helping you build equity. So a mortgage loan is good debt because number one, when you get into a mortgage loan, you're getting the property, so you get the physical property that you're in. So you're buying a home, and now you have a asset. You have a home, a property that you are living in, and then that property can increase in value over time. So what'll happen is that property value will typically go up when you buy a home, and so as the mortgage decreases and the property value goes up, and especially if you build in a new area and then its growth around it, you really have a potential to really grow that mortgage value because over time, the area where you built the home or will continue to grow and develop and add more value to it. And also, it will help you build up equity in the actual property itself. So not only will the property value go up in the area around it and everything, causing everything around it to go up, the actual property or home that you buy in itself will get equity in it. And then now you put yourself in a situation where you can use that equity and use it later on for different things as you may need it and as it builds up. So the equity in the mortgage and in the property really helps you grow. Also, there's some tax implications that you get in having the interest that you paying into a mortgage loan and things like that. So it is increasing in value. So a mortgage is typically a good debt. A student loan is a good debt because you're investing in your education, which can lead to a higher income and a better career opportunity. So to take out a student loan, whether it's a initial student loan for your first degree or later on getting a later degree after you've already graduated and taking out a loan later on to get another degree. If you're getting a student loan, investing in that education, number one, you leave with an education. So you've built up and that loan that you got has produced an education for you. And then now it can lead to an opportunity where you have a higher income. So it is a situation where it'll put you where it can grow and increase income for you later on. So even though that student loan seems like, oh man, I should, I'm taking out this loan for the education, but it will put you in a situation where you can get a higher income. And most people, that second loan or second degree, I should say, they take out like to get a master's or PhD or something like that. A lot of people may take the time to get those loans later in life because they want to put themselves in a situation to get a higher income. And then, of course, better career opportunity, which of course still lends to a higher income. But even if you want to move up in your career, that student loan can help you do that as well because as you get the education, then of course the opportunity once you get the extra degree or the next degree, then it can put you in a better career opportunity where you can grow and you can move to the next level in your career. So student loans are definitely also good debt. Then business loans. Business loans is borrowing to start or expand a business can generate long-term profits. So a business loan is good debt because you are borrowing, whether you're borrowing that money to start a business and put yourself in a better financial situation than um, versus trying to save the money yourself. Building up that debt and borrowing getting that loan can get your business off the ground faster and get you going in the direction you want to go. So borrowing to start a business is a good opportunity or to expand the business as well. Once you started a business and you've been and growing your business and developing your business, you can take out a business loan that can help you expand that business, grow that business. And it is not a bad situation. That's not bad debt to get in because you're growing your business and putting yourself in a better situation. And then both of them, borrowing to start a business or to expand the business will help you in the long term generate more profits for that business. So business loans are good and they're good debt because they're going to put you in a better situation with your business and with the growth and expansion of your business. So business loans are good debt. And then real estate loans. Rental properties can create passive income and appreciate in value. So real estate loans are good, um, similar to your mortgage loan, but real estate loans, like for investment properties and things like that, will really help you get in a good situation with good debt because as you get real estate loans and acquire properties, those rental properties will create passive income for you and allow you the opportunity to definitely buy more and more properties and build up and get into the real estate industry and produce that passive income, and it will appreciate in value. Most of your property will appreciate in value over time and continue to grow. And once again, it's a long-term proposition, as all of these are. So as you see, all of the good debt tends to be long-term propositions that are going to happen over time, and you have to be willing to definitely have the time to let the loan do what it's going to do to help you overall in all of your situation. Actually building up whatever you're purchasing with the mortgage loan or the education with the student loan or growing the business with the business loan or acquiring the properties with the real estate loan. That happens over time. And as it grows and as the time period goes, then you start to see the advantages of the good debt where it's helping you grow financially and you profit as it continues to grow. So good debt is exciting, and these are some examples of good debt and getting into the right things that will help you grow in the debt situation. Come on. Well, it's not moving. Hold on. All right. So bad debt. Bad debt is borrowing for things that quickly lose value or don't contribute to your financial growth. And that usually comes with the high interest rates and can hurt your financial health. So bad debt is borrowing for things that quickly lose value or don't contribute to your financial growth. And it usually comes with high interest rates and can hurt your financial wealth. And I repeated that again because I really want you to be clear on bad debt. A lot of people, as you're going to see when we look at the examples, get into a lot of things that are bad debt, and they think they're growing in their good debt, but they really hurt them financially, and people begin to struggle with their finances because of a lot of bad debt. So here's some examples of bad debt. The number one, if I had the bells and whistles, ding, 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 the number one bad debt that most people get into is credit card debt. And credit card debt is high interest. High interest rates can make the debt spiral out of control if not paid off quickly. And most people get caught up in credit card debt, unfortunately, at a young age, as soon as they start working, or a lot of times, even now in college, if you're a college student, you don't even have to have a job. You just have the potential of getting a job, and you can get credit cards, and they'll start you off, with a small credit limits, $500 to $1,000, and then put you in a bad situation. And having no job or not the ability to pay consistently and pay it off quickly, you can quickly spiral into debt, and it'll get out of control. And credit card debt is what causes many people to struggle nowadays because it is bad debt. It is actually falls in the category of terrible debt to me. And credit card debt is number one. The next one is car loans, luxury cars in particular. Vehicles lose value fast, especially expensive cars and that are not necessary. And a lot of people, everybody for the most part, that you run into, gets into car loan debt, and car loans will put you in a bad situation debt wise. Everybody, I think, has heard the term upside down in a vehicle. Many people get car loans and then end up in what we say call upside down. Upside down means that the car is losing value faster than you have the ability to pay off the loan. So then you end up at a point where you are what they call in the car industry upside down in the loan. And especially with car loans, cars have become so expensive now, and car debt is so expensive now that used to be, and I'm gonna date myself on this statement, when we used to finance cars for 4 years and 3 years, and you had a 4 year car loan. Now you have people out there financing cars for 7 years, 6, 7 years on a car loan just to make the payment a palatable payment. But car loan debt is definitely a bad debt and can put you in a bad situation, and most of the time in an upside down situation, especially when you are looking at luxury cars. I tell a lot of people, and this is just one of my personal preferences now, I don't really buy new cars. And because new cars depreciate so fast, as soon as you pull off the lot, you have depreciation in the vehicle. So I buy uh, gently used cars. So I don't like to get into a lot of car debt. Or I started at one point where I was paying off cars. I'll just buy a car and buy a car and pay cash for it. So save up and just pay cash for it. That's what I recommend over the car loan, because that is a bad debt. One of the debts that I really don't like is car debt, car loan debt. And then one of the most dangerous loans I think on here, the next one is the payday loans. Payday loans have extremely high interest rates and can trap the borrower into a cycle of debt. Payday loans are very, very dangerous. Most people that get into payday loans get into the vicious cycle of continuing to get these short term loans and staying into debt. And downside to payday loans is payday loans a lot of times are easy to get, but they're extremely high interest rates. And you can get a payday loan and get multiple payday loans. A lot of people that get into the trap of the cycle of payday loans have multiple payday loans and trying to juggle one to pay the other, and just end up in that vicious cycle of these short-term loans that initially seemed like a good idea, but payday loans will put you in a bad situation and put you in, to me, some of the worst credit situation and and the bad debt situations that you can be in. So payday loans, to me, out of this list, one of the most dangerous loans on there. And then consumer loans, um, loans for like electronics, clothes, etc. Is borrowing for non-essential depreciating items. Um, it can lead to financial strain, and definitely people get caught up in a lot of consumer loans for, typically one of the biggest ones out there is for electronics. You have people out there getting loans to buy TVs and you know uh, DVDs and electronic stereo systems and all of that stuff. A lot of electronics are bought with consumer loans and puts people in debt situations that are bad debt situations, because a lot of those items are non-essential items, and you just should. The recommendation is to just save up for them versus taking out the consumer loans and ended up in that debt and putting yourself in that bad loan situation, as well as borrowing money for clothes and things like that. Um, if people don't have credit card debt, which was number one, is that some people have a lot of commercial loans, like with department stores and things like that. I'll tell you this: helping people get out of debt and doing debt consolidation. I used to do debt consolidation, and I think everybody in America, when I used to do their debt consolidation information, had loans they owed Sears. I said Sears should never go out of business because everybody I knew and ran into, they owed Sears money. Whenever you put list people's debt, that was one department store that everybody had credit with. But people borrow for different consumer loans, and that is puts you in a bad debt situation as well. So, how to manage debt wisely? You got to use debt strategically. Only borrow if it helps you grow financially. So only borrow things for good debt and discipline yourself to use debt strategically, where you don't jump into debt situations with some of the things on that list that are bad debt. And then watch interest rates. Make sure you prioritize paying off your high interest debt first when you're looking at paying off your debt, so that you don't stay in that vicious debt cycle and paying off high interest rates. And then watch interest rates, because some things, man, if the interest rate is high, you just got to make a decision that, hey, maybe this is something that I just should not get because the interest rate is just simply too high. And then avoid unnecessary loans. Don't take on debt for things that won't benefit you in the long run. And a lot of people do that, especially around the holiday season, Christmas time. That is when a lot of people create a lot of bad debt. And then January, February, this time of the year, February and March, then they're down in the dumps and depressed because they spent money back in November, December that now they're struggling to pay off because it was bad debt, and they realize a lot of it was bad decisions. So avoid unnecessary loans, and just don't take out, don't create debt that won't benefit you in the long run. Watch your debt and watch your spending, and these are just some quick nuggets on how to manage your debt wisely. So, um, so these are good debt and versus bad debt, and these were just a couple of nuggets on how to manage your debt and how to make sure that you are looking at and recognizing the difference between things that are good debt versus bad debt, and being on the right track where you can use debt wisely and win in your financial situation. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to share this information this evening. We share this information every Tuesday and Thursday, and just nuggets about financial concepts and financial wisdom that you can use to make your financial situation a lot better. I've been excited about sharing this information with you this evening. I'm Eduardo Sprague, and had a great time sharing this information with you. My time is up for this evening,